Bright Cutie. Every student matters.
Hello children, welcome to the session. In this session children, we are going to discuss some of the question and answers from the topics that we have covered so far. So children, the first question is, what is a lens? So children, you might have seen lenses around you in various apparatus such as cameras, telescopes, microscopes and spectacles. Okay, but how do we define what is a lens? So children, a lens is a curved piece of glass or any other transparent material which is bound by two curved surfaces or by one curved and one plane surface. So children, the condition is that both out of the two surfaces, one surface has to be curved. Either one can be plane, other has to be curved, or both the surfaces have to be curved, and these are known as lens. Okay, let's move to the next question, which is, write the applications of lenses. So children, application of lenses are commonly used in cameras, telescopes, in compound microscopes, in magnifying glass, which is also known as a simple microscope. Okay, and the type of lens used in this is converging lens. Converging lens. And what are converging and diverging lens, we will discuss in other questions. Okay, so let's move to the next question. What is a converging lens? So children, what is a converging lens? A convex lens is known as a converging lens. So children, these type of lenses are thicker at the center and thinner at the edges. Okay, so whenever the rays of light pass through this lens, what happens is, after reflection they are bent. Well, actually children, this is not reflection, this is another process which is refraction, about which you are going to study in detail in higher classes, but you just need to know that after passing through the lens, this lens, converging lens, will converge all the rays of light to a single point. Okay, and that is why it is known as a converging lens. Why? Because the rays which are falling on it, this lens, what it does, it converges them. Okay, so let's move to the next question. What are diverging lenses? So children, the concave lens are known as diverging lens. These type of lens which are thinner at the center and thicker at the edges are called as concave lens. Okay, so whenever the rays of light pass through it, it diverges them. Okay, it will diverge them in different direction rather than focusing them on a single point. Okay, and that is why these type of lens are known as diverging lenses. Let's move to the next question. Why are convex lens called converging lens? So children, why are convex lenses called converging lenses? So children, first of all, you need to know what is a convex lens. Convex lens are the lens which are thicker at the center and thinner at the edges. So whenever the rays of light pass through them, these lens converges those rays, that is, it bends them inwards. Okay, and this is the reason why these convex lenses are called as converging lenses. Okay, now let's move to the next question. Next question is, which type of lens can produce virtual image larger than the object? So children, we have discussed about two type of lenses. We have discussed about concave lenses, convex lenses and concave lenses. Okay, and most of the students make this mistake, concave lens. They write that the correct answer is concave lens. So children, concave lenses are the one which are thinner at the center and thicker at the edges. So children, we know that the nature of image formed by concave lens is virtual. I agree. But children, if you remember, you can see, if you remember, you will observe that the nature of image formed is virtual, but the size is always diminished. There is not a single case where the size of the image will be either equal or greater than that of the object. So this option is already ruled out. Concave lens cannot be the answer. So the correct answer is convex lens. And that too children, the convex lens is the one where we have thicker center and thinner edges. And children, we have studied a case where the candle was placed very close to this lens, and in such a case virtual image was obtained. Okay, so the correct answer, virtual and enlarged image, was obtained, and that is why the correct answer is convex lens. Okay, so let's move to the next question. a concave lens can form only dash image, and we know that children, a concave lens can form only an image which is virtual. Why? Because we know that the image formed by the concave lens cannot be obtained on a screen, and therefore the nature of the image formed by a concave lens is always virtual. Okay, so let's move to the next question. Give an experiment to show that convex and concave lenses are converging and diverging respectively. For this activity, children, since this question is asked in the form of an experiment, you will first write the aim. The aim of the experiment is to show that convex lens is called converging lens and concave lens is called as diverging lens. Then you will write about the materials required. So you will be needing a source of light or sunlight you can take. Then you will be requiring a concave lens, a convex lens, and a piece of paper, and this piece of paper will be acting like a screen. Okay, so what you're going to do is first you will write about the procedure. Okay children, procedure, and that too you have to make sure that you write this procedure in points. First of all, you will take a convex lens which is thicker at the center, thinner at the edges. You will direct this in the path of sunlight. So sunlight is falling on this lens, and on the other side you will hold a piece of paper. This is the piece of paper, and you will observe that all the rays are bent inwards and a sharp image is formed. A sharp image of sun is obtained on this piece of paper. What is this, children? We might have to adjust this paper or the screen in order to obtain bright image of the sun. So what is this? This is a real image formation on the screen. Okay, and this proves that all the rays which were falling on the convex lens have been converged at a point on the screen, and this is the reason the convex lenses are called as converging lenses. Now the next procedure is for the concave lens. We are taking concave lens. Similarly, we will hold this in the path of sunlight and hold this screen of paper on the other side, and we will observe that no image of sun is obtained. Why? Because the rays, sun rays, have been diverged. They have been diverged. Okay, and that is why we call this concave lens as the diverging lens. And children, finally this is the observation. What is the observation for convex lens? That a bright image of sun is obtained on the screen, whereas in case of concave mirror you will observe that no image of sun is obtained on screen. That is, the nature of image will be virtual, and in case of convex the nature of image is real. And conclusion is, convex lens is called as a converging lens and concave lens is called as the diverging lens. Okay, so let's move to the next question, which is, give an experiment to show the nature of the image formed by convex and concave lens. This we are going to understand with the help of the diagram. Okay, so children, since this question is asked in the form of an experiment, so how you are going to present this in your examination, because this question will come as a 5-marker question and it is a very important question. And children, it is not only asked as a 5-marker question, it is asked in parts also. For example, it can be asked what is the nature of image formed by a concave lens or a convex lens. Okay, so you have to present this in the form of an experiment, wherein first of all you will have to write about the aim, which is to study the nature, position, size of the image formed by the convex lens and a concave lens as the distance of the object from the lens changes. So we are going to observe the different positions of the images and the nature of the images when we move the object away or towards the lens. Okay, then children, you will write about the requirements or the materials required, which will be a convex lens, concave lens, lens stand, wooden screen, a white sheet of paper, candle stand, and a meter scale. Okay, now we'll discuss about the procedure. What we are going to do is, children, we will place our source of light, say a candle, over here, and at a distance of 50 centimeter we will be placing our convex lens first. Later we will replace this convex lens with a concave lens. Okay, and here we are going to place a cardboard piece over which we have placed the chart paper, white chart paper, and this will act like a screen. Okay, this will act like a screen. Now we are going to observe its image, and we will observe that an inverted and diminished image is obtained on the screen. Now we will change the position of candle from 50 to 40 centimeter and again observe the size and nature of the image obtained. Since the image is obtained on the piece of paper or the screen, we can say that the nature of the image is real. Why? Because it can be obtained on a screen, right? And then it is diminished. Also children, the image formed is inverted in nature. Then children, if we keep on moving this candle closer towards the lens, what will happen? The size of the image will keep on increasing and a point will be reached where the size of the image will become equal to the size of the object. And even then, if we start moving this candle even closer towards the lens, what will happen? The size of the image will be greater than the size of the object. Okay. So this was all about the convex lens. Then we'll take the case of concave lens. If we place a concave lens over here on a stand and we start observing the image, we will observe that the image cannot be obtained on the screen. Okay. Why? Because the nature of the image formed will be virtual and erect. Okay, and children, the nature of image will always be diminished. Okay, there will be no such case, no such position where the size of image will become even closer to the size of the object. Now let us see how we are going to present this answer in examination. What you are going to write? You will write, now place a paper screen on the other side of the lens and try to obtain the image of the candle on a paper screen by moving the screen towards or away from the lens to get the sharp image of the candle. So children, what we would be requiring to do is, we would have to move this screen, adjust it such that we obtain the clear and sharp image. Okay, and now we will note the characteristics of the image and now move the candle 10 to 20 centimeter towards the lens and again try to obtain the image of the candle flame. Note the characteristics of the image and repeat this process several times by moving the candle towards 10 centimeter in each case, and record your observations in the following table. And this will be your observation table, children, where you will write the distance of the object from the convex lens, size, whether it is smaller or greater than the object, whether it is erect or inverted, it is real or virtual. And this will be the diagram. See, here we have candle, which is our object, here we have our lens, and here we have our screen, and we are changing the position of this candle and observing this image on the screen. Okay, now you are going to write about the observation and conclusions. So children, by observing the data, we can say that the image formed by the convex lens is real, inverted and diminished when an object is fairly away from it. That is, when we have placed the candle around 50 centimeter away from the lens. Okay, then the image becomes larger as the object moves slowly towards the lens, and till a stage comes when the size of the image becomes equal to the size of the object. Okay, and even then, if we keep on moving this object, again move towards the lens, the size of the image will become bigger than the size of the object. Size of image will become bigger than the size of object. Okay, now what you are going to do is, you will repeat this activity with a concave lens. Okay, and you will notice that no image is formed on the screen at any position. Okay, it indicates that the image formed is of virtual nature and it will be erect image, and its size will always be smaller than that of the object. And when the concave lens moves towards the lens, the image formed is always virtual and erect. Okay, and however the size of the image becomes large, it is never equal to the size of the object. So children, I really hope that you would have understood this question really well and the way you will have to present this in your examination. Okay children, and this was all about the question and answers from the topic that we have covered so far. So thank you so much for your attention.